And thank you to the folks at OGN doing our production for us. This is the finals.
That was amazing. Thank you, OGN. Winston does seem to have a bit of big headitis today, so hopefully
Yes.
that doesn't hinder him in today's game.
The first map is Polar Knight LE Roxy, who we saw walk in, against Splinter, who we also saw walk in.
Both of them turning up in their team jerseys,
In their team vans.
in their team bands, representing ICL and whatever clan.
Protected by
Glen Ostacchini
bodyguards.
plays
And we do have Hot Wheels of Steel Splinter spawning as the blue Protoss. That's actually what it stands for. In the
for. Is that
bottom
actually
right.
what it stands for?
Yes, and in the
Fantastic.
top left we have ICL Imperial College London Roxy.
I am, of course, rooting for Roxy to rep for Imperial College and take the trophy home.
Parents do seem to be the trend of the trash talk today.
And Winston seems to think he is Glen's dad at the moment, which is understandable, considering what he said.
EPM tab 100 from Winston against about 40 or 50.
Wait, how can you have
From
100
Splinter.
effective?
Well, it's not effective, but it's APM.
Isn't that what the E in effective stands for?
Well, I'm not opening up that tab. I'm looking at the EPM tab, and we do see a pylon in the main from Splinter indicating a gateway expand.
You
Something,
just said A really weirdly.
something we didn't see from Sparhawk. Some more trash talk from Roxy.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. And some BM about you getting Grandmasters, but I don't think that really happened. I mean, in America maybe.
Yes, not in Korea.
No, not in Korea. So you need to work harder, Zane.
I will work harder. And no scout from Glen. He says, I don't need to scout.
Does that mean if Glen wins this tournament, he becomes your biggest fan and takes that title away from Winston?
I don't care who my biggest fan is.
Alright.
They can both be my biggest fan if they really want to.
Who is the bigger pussy?
Yeah, I mean, we already know the answer to that. Of
We
course,
do.
Louis, Moonbaby, taking the series 2-0. I mean, if it was 2-1, you could make a case for Sparhawk or being almost as big of a pussy, but 2-0,
2-0. It's
no,
just a matter of fact at
no
this point.
disputing it.
Absolutely.
And
No,
wow, I mean, we did see Roxy, somebody who never goes hatch first, go hatch first. Hatch, pull, gas.
that's interesting to see here. And it does at
Adapting
least-
to his opponent, who he knows favours that gateway expansion.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does also mean we're not going to see a retarded all-in to kick us off here.
Well, you can certainly all in very fine off of a hatchery first, but I guess it won't
Well-
be a retarded one base all in.
No, exactly. He won't cancel. Well, he might still cancel the natural, actually.
I hope not. If
So-
if he cancels it, I'll cry on stream.
If he cancels it, I'll pull out my
And we do
internet
see the Zealot of Splinter is marching across the map, and the Nexus goes down in front of the Overlord. Mothership
Doesn't
Core
get
on
there.
the way, Chrono Boost, Warp Gate probably going to go down next. Yep,
Maybe
no,
sometime.
Pylon,
Got a
then
pylon.
Warp Gate. Yeah, Warp Gate.
So this mothership core will get out, and then what do you
If we
think he'll do with it?
Looking at the Vision of Splinter, this is the first scout, really. I mean, he's just gonna now see the lings. Let's see if Roxy's micro is up to par. No, losing a ling.
Gonna kill that. Oh no, he saves the second one at least.
Yeah, you shouldn't really be losing a ling to a Zealot at this
Zealot's
stage of
coming
the
back
game.
for more. He's actually gonna get
two
another kill.
Zealots.
He
Two
could get all
Zerglings.
of them. He could actually end up with that. Well, the queen's there now, so he
And
definitely.
the Zealot's gonna run away, regenerate his shields.
Oh my god, Zealot! Oh, okay.
Sentry going down. Still no second gas from Splinter. This indicates some kind of gateway pressure, and as we do see the gateways being built, yes.
1, 2.
4 total.
There they go.
4 gate pressure coming down. But the Zealot gets another Zergling! If he
What?
gets one more, I'll just... Oh, that's
He's gonna get another one.
such bad micro. The nerves really getting to him. I mean, he looked so tense when he walked out of that van.
That is true.
It looks like this gas was just got enough gas to mine enough gas for that Zergling speed. Not put any back in yet, so we shouldn't be seeing many roaches anytime too soon. And That Zergling speed's nearly done. If we look at the unit count, 4
And then we
Zerglings
see the
out.
Roach Warren go down immediately, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, and we do see drones going back. But I mean, we won't see a Roach all in. Not like this.
No.
If you were going for a Roach all in, you'd be mining that gas a lot earlier. And we do see the Stargate going down before the pressure. Is there a probe on the map? If we look at the vision event, no probe on the map. So it looks like these gateways just made to be safe.
So the question is, how will Roxy prepare for the inevitable Stargate play? He must have watched the other semi-finals, or at least been aware of them.
Yeah, I mean, not only him, his coach. What did his coach tell him to do? We saw him, of course, walk out of the van with him.
Yeah, it was good to see Razza there. Shame we didn't quite catch his face.
We see drone
Trust
chilling,
us, he was there.
drone chilling at the third, and there we go. Third hatchery goes down.
It does indeed.
Okay,
Now
the
the question
Stargate is finished. Is the first unit be a Void Ray or a Stargate? Phoenix. Void Ray by the.
Do you reckon he'll
looks
be
at the
going for that
timing.
Void Ray, one Void Ray, and then 4-gate push that he
Oh,
did
and we.
in a prior game?
I don't think so. We'd see the Forge going down now. Phoenix being chrono boosted. There's a decent amount of overlords. I mean, like if you look at the top left, a mistake. 2 overlords out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they keep each other company, but beyond that, they don't really do anything.
No.
The one Phoenix chilling. Will we see more Phoenixes or a Void Ray? I think we're going to see more Phoenixes, given that this one hasn't moved out yet.
Bunch of Lings trying to find their way in, but they're not going to have any joy today.
If
Going to
you-
lose one of their brethren.
Okay, and we see he was just preoccupied. Well, I guess when the Overlord came in, he decided to reveal it.
Absolutely. So, if he wasn't aware about it before, Roxy Winston will definitely know.
I mean, that
Stargate
Overlord's
is
gonna
the
die.
choice.
Hallucination. That's no hallucination. 2 Phoenixes, probably gonna see a third. Yep. Likely go up to 4 or 5. That is the magic number. 4 does kill her queen in 1 lift,
These,
and the Roach as well.
These units are going to go find the Zerglings any
Yeah, I
second
mean, they're
now.
I mean, if the force fields aren't good, then these Zerglings could surround and do a lot of damage to that. But pulling back, probe coming down to secure that
He's
third
going to
base.
try and expand, but he could get it cancelled actually with the number of Lings that are there.
Yeah, I mean the Hydra Den is going down. No
And there
roaches
the
were
Lings
made.
go in. Oh,
Oh,
bit too early.
4. Sorry, only 4 roaches were made, just in case. 55 drones to 52 probes.
And he
30
still
Lings.
puts the base down anyway.
He needs to move the Lings. They're in hold position. Hold position. Hold position. Ah, that's so. They're still in hold position, and I don't know what to say. They're still in hold position. Hold
I
position.
think
Hold
he's-
position. Hold position. Hold position.
He didn't want those Lings to actually do anything, is what we've established there.
And we
Those
see
Lings were a fake, and they were
see
just to throw
4
off his
overlords flying back, being like, "Oh, there's Phoenixes on that map. I better go back home." And this one saying, "Oh, it's okay. I'll go out."
And this one,
and
doing
even
his job
and even this one by
beautifully.
the natural saying,
Yeah, the
I'm
natural's
heading
like-
back home."
Oh, he's like, oh shit. everyone's
Emergency spore crawlers going down. The Phoenix is catching him off guard. I mean, you shouldn't get caught off guard by Phoenixes when you see the first one. He has enough energy for 2 more lifts, or 1, nearly 2, but I guess he wants to save it for a queen or something. The spores do finish. If we look at the unit count, we can see there's 59 drones to 61 probes, and that Nexus is nearly done. So Glen's in a fantastic position economically.
Somehow this Overlord might actually make it home. There are 3 drones.
And, not
What are the 3 Derricks doing?
3 Derricks. Where?
In the middle of the map now, going towards the Zelnaga Tower. They were rallied
I
to that
see.
Overlord. And
Silly drones. And
Sure.
it looks like Splinter mixing his play up a bit. Last series, he favoured those Void Rays going triple Stargate Void Rays. This time, he's just crowing them out on the one, saying, I'll just splash a few into my army. They're not going to be the core of my army. Instead, getting that Twilight Council, probably going to get charged soon, and letting Zealots be the core of his army. Zealots, of course, quite good against Hydras if you're good with positioning them.
And Winston getting supply blocked.
Yep,
there
and we
with
do
that
see
final
Charge
Overlord trying to make
and
its way
Templar
down.
Archives. The timing for Winston, Roxy to do damage is just before Psystorm completes. Of course, when Psystorm completes, it's going to be so difficult for those Hydras to be aggressive at that third base. Or, of course, before Charge, but looking
These
at
Hydras
the
are
creep
very
spider, I
because
don't
they
know. Oh,
don't have the speed.
I mean, they won on whole position, but close to it with the speed. And, losing all the Hydralists, staying far too long. I mean, if we look at the units lost count, we can see Splinter's lost 7 units at 700 resources. I'm pretty sure each of those was a Zealot. and Roxy 3,200.
Oh no, they did have speed. They just looked slower than I thought.
I think speed just finished.
Oh, okay. Well, they
Like-
didn't originally have speed.
Yeah, you don't wanna attack just before speed finishes because you won't be able to
You'll get
retreat.
force fielded and lose most of your Hydras, like we saw.
Yep. And see, okay, 2 more Stargates are going down, so we will see that triple Void Ray production, but a lot later than Splinter's past game. And instead, focus on getting Storm first. I mean,
Yeah.
how many Templars do we have on the map? None. Storm's over halfway done, so we won't be seeing any Storms too soon. Well, 3 Templars on the way. Of course, if you get those early, they do finish at 200 energy, which is enough for 2 Storms and a feedback. And Hydras are going to push this army back.
Oh, they could easily get the Mothership Core.
Mothership
in,
Core,
and yeah, that's dead.
no recall, no time off. There's still enough force fields to
I think
set
Roxy
to
should punish
force
this,
field
he
off.
should keep pushing. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
know,
Storm
if he
isn't
wants to
done.
Storm, he's gonna
Oh,
go
losing
for the Storm. Oh, God.
losing 450 gas worth of Templar just as Storm completes. Wow, big mistake.
That was huge. That's kind of brought
4 Void Rays out, 3 on the way. These Hydras could do a lot of damage.
There's no splash anymore. What
More Hydras in production to reinforce 16. Okay, who will win the fight? Who will win the fight? Zealots at the back, being warped in. And it looks like Splinter Splinter has just too much. Not losing a single Void Ray, and I don't think he even lost a single Sentry. Only losing, besides that Templar mistake, only losing mineral units. Imagine if he had 3 Storms in that fight. I mean, he barely would have lost anything.
Yeah, that if he hadn't lost those Templar there, I don't think Winston would
Yeah,
have a chance at this
and-
point. But as it is,
If we look at the APM tab, only 156 for Roxy, 124 for Splinter. I mean, you can see he is a bit slow right now. These Phoenixes, 4 Phoenixes at the top of the map have been here for so long, not doing anything. But I suppose they're not that important. When all the bases are covered with Queens, Spores and Hydras, it's best to focus on defending the attacks. But it would be nice to see them being a bit more active. There are still Overlords around the map that could be picked off, and some scouting that could be done.
the Spores are
We do
playing
see a very interesting 4th base location from Roxy, but hold that thought. The Hydras are going to... I don't
when
think...
you say 4th base, I assume you mean 5th and
Oh.
6th base.
Oh, yes.
Because
So
I
much,
have no
so much
idea.
money taking all the remaining bases. Of course, he should be taking this one at the back. That's very easy. But he hasn't killed the rocks. And Storm going down. I mean, the supplies are ahead for the Roxy, 150 to 140, but the quality of army is just so much stronger. These Void Rays tearing apart the Hydras and Roaches. I
I don't
mean,
think Roaches beat Void Rays.
production tab, we can see 5 Hydras, 3 Roaches, 18 Lings. Those aren't gonna kill these many Void Rays. I mean, this hatch is gonna die. The drones do manage to escape for the most part. 2 Templar here, both with not enough energy for Storm quite yet.
Splinter
But, I
gonna
mean,
go for that base. He scouted it with pylons.
He's probably like, hey, that's my base. And we do see a probe chilling at the bottom, possibly wanting to expand and then realizing there's 2,000 health worth of ice. Will the hatch be cancelled? I don't think it's gonna be cancelled. Okay, it is. Still, very puzzling for that to be taken in the first place at all. And we do see Splinter does take the supply lead, and with a bank of 1,500, looking to take a 4th base as well, clearing up that
The
base.
thing I really want to know is why Roxy didn't take the base at the top of the map.
I mean, there's 2,000 health worth of ice there. I suppose he didn't
fair.
have the time to take it out. Oh, these Hydras! You can't fight fight that many Voiders with this few Hydras, especially with Storm support. And he's doing okay, I suppose. But 3 more Voiders are on the way and join the fight, with 3 more nearly done. If we look at the production tab.
And Splinter once again proving that Void Rays are actually a good unit.
Yeah, I mean, some mistakes from both sides, but Splinter, I guess the only real mistake Splinter made was losing those 3 Templar and having the Phoenixes at the top of the map for a good 4 or 5 minutes.
Pretty much, it was a pretty solid game there from Splinter. I do not really sure what Roxy can do at this point. How he can mix it up and get himself back in the next game.